Wow, this did not go well for Donald Trump. He just wrapped up a disastrous press conference at the White House. He looked awful. I mean, just take a look at his physical appearance. He sounded deeply unwell. He gave this press conference in the area where there was once a rose garden, which he had recently ripped apart and turned into something that he calls Club Rose Garden, a private club for rich billionaire oligarch friends of his. He was delivering this press conference in front of all of the MAGA Republican senators, except for the MAGA Republican Senator Rand Paul. These Republican senators are the ones who are shutting down the government with Donald Trump in order to rip away your health care and the health care of tens of millions of Americans. During the press conference, you could hear the sound of the bulldozers and the cranes that were ripping apart the facade and ripping apart the east wing of the White House. And Donald Trump said, "Do you hear that sound? Do you hear the bulldozers destroying the White House east wing?" He goes, "That's the sound of money. That's music to my ears," he says. Here, play this clip.
That sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it, Josh. I think when I hear that sound, it reminds me of money.
Then Donald Trump gives a shout out to the author of Project 2025, who's now the director of the Office of Management and Budget, Russ Vought. He's the one working with Donald Trump to rip away critical programs that all Americans rely on, whether it's programs for children with special needs in schools, whether it's ripping apart critical energy and infrastructure projects, you name it, they're ripping it apart. Trump gives him a shout out and says, "Where's Darth Vader? Where's Russ Vought? We call him Darth Vader because he's destroying all the Democrat programs. How great is that?" Now, you're destroying programs that all Americans rely on. Here, play this clip.
And I will say this, that we have Darth Vader. You know Darth Vader, right? Darth Vader is a man who, I think he's sitting right. Is that Darth? Stand up, please, Darth Vader. Stand up. Does everybody know? They call him Darth Vader. I call him a fine man, but he's cutting Democrat priorities, and they're never going to get him back. And they've caused us, and they've really allowed us to do it. And by the way, thank you. You're doing a great job, I have to tell you. So really a great job.
Then Donald Trump says that last week he found another $31 billion on a tariff shelf. He keeps on telling this story every day that last week he finds billions of dollars on a so-called tariff shelf, which he lies about, of course. Here, play this clip.
We're a wealthy country again. Last week, as you know, they found $31 billion. They came to see me, "Sir, we found $31 billion. They said, "We don't know why." I said, "Was this a good find or a bad find?" It was a good find. It was a plus 31. We're used to finding negative 31s, right, for the last 30 years. I said, "Check the tariff shelf." Well, those tariffs haven't kicked in. Yes, they did. They kicked in 2 months ago. Check it. He comes back 2 hours later. "Sir, you were right. We have an additional $31 billion, billion, not million, Lindsay, billion, that we just found from tariffs. They kicked in earlier than we thought. You were right."
Then he lies and says that the United States has brought in $20 trillion or will be bringing in $20 trillion. Said we already brought in $17 trillion in 8 months, and we will bring in $20 trillion because of tariffs. This is all a lie. We are currently having record deficits. The deficits right now are higher than they were under former President Biden. The amount of debt the United States in is higher than under Biden. The amount of government spending is higher right now than under former President Biden. This is all one big lie. No aspect of this is true. Here, play this clip.
Month number 12, I think we're going to have $20 trillion of investment. We're over 17 right now. As an example, President Biden had less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We're going to have $20 trillion in less than 12 months, and we're over 17 trillion right now. So it's the largest amount in our country by far.
Then when Donald Trump started this press conference, he said, "I just want to make sure there are no Democrats here," right? Here, play this clip. Then Donald Trump claims that his disastrous budget bill, which he called the Big Beautiful Bill, which is actually what's going to rip away people's Medicaid and gut rural health care and shut down hospitals. He goes, "I saved it all for you." He goes, "The budget bill that we passed saved your Social Security, your Medicaid, and your Medicare. The Democrats were going to take it away." the complete lie, Donald Trump. I mean, the opposite is true. Here, play this clip.
They just are so bad. You know, they said death. It was like death. And there's nothing about death. Theirs is death because they're going to lose Medicaid. They're going to lose Social Security. They're going to lose Medicare. All of those things are going to be gone because the whole country would be bankrupt and you're not going to have any kind of medical insurance. So with us, it's the opposite. And it's a great bill. We don't need any more. And I want to just say from the beginning, our message has been very simple. We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs.
Then Donald Trump tells this weird story that there was once a swimming pool in the White House and that Jackie Kennedy, when she was in the White House, she would hear girls swimming with JFK and she would say to the Secret Service, I hear girls in there. I hear girls in there. I'm not sure why Donald Trump's telling this story right now, but he's got a very sick mind. Here, play this clip.
And we've had press conferences. We finished it about a month ago. This is, as you see over here, the Presidential Walk of Fame. And we had this long wall with half windows because that used to be a swimming pool on the other side of the wall. That was the swimming pool where Jackie would say, I hear women inside. Are women inside? Quite a famous, I'm not saying anything. This was a part of a movie. And the Secret Service said, no, ma'am, there's no women inside, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to move along. But I hear women inside. No, ma'am, you'll have to move along, ma'am. So that was the famous swimming pool. Now it's even worse. It's for the media. They covered the pool up. And now it's for the media. And I think we have a small representative group. I don't think they allowed the rest of them. I can't believe it. What happened? They're all on the other side of the wall. Can you believe it?
Then Donald Trump goes and says, but you know, everybody tells me I'm like one of the best presidents. They say right behind George Washington and Abraham Lincoln that I'm the third best. He goes, but I think I'm the best because I've solved 8 wars, maybe even 9 wars. And Donald Trump just makes up wars that he claims that he settled, which he didn't. Just more lies from Donald. Here, play this clip.
And so we did the Presidential Walk of Fame from the great George Washington all the way to, well, I think we have to rate him above me. So he's less than great, less than George. Somebody went up there, they say, you're the third best president in the United States. This was on television, third best. And they said, who are the first two? George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And I got extremely angry at this man. You know, you can't, it's going to be tough to beat, Mr. Senator. It's going to be, John, it's going to be very tough to beat Washington and Lincoln, but we're going to give it a try, right? Hey, they didn't put out 8 wars, 9 coming, all right? We put out 8 wars, and the 9th is coming, believe it or not.
Then Donald Trump says that the White House was completely ruined when he took it over and that actually destroying the White House, ripping it apart right now is what's saving the White House. He goes, we're taking care of it by ripping it apart. Here, play this clip.
This has been a labor of love. You know, we took over a building that was not properly taken care of. It just wasn't. It's a very special building and we are taking care of it. This was grass. And when you have a news conference, and this was going on for many years, but everybody would just sink into the mud. It was extremely luxurious grass, especially when it was raining, because you'd go down about 5 inches into the mud. And when we had a press conference here, all the press standing back there, they'd be cursing me. The women would be lifting up their shoes saying, you've destroyed my shoes. This is terrible. So we got a stone that's the exact same stone and color as the White House itself, because we wanted the friendly feeling of that light color. And it reflects the sun and it keeps you cool even in the summer.
Hey everybody, Ben Meiselas here from the MeidasTouch Network. I wanted to let you know about my podcast partner, Michael Popak's new law firm. It's called the Popak Firm. Michael Popak's pursuing his dream of starting his own law firm, really based on the popular demand by all the Meidas Mighty and legal AFers who were approaching Michael Popak with their cases and saying, can you help us? And at that time, Popak was not able to. So he went out on his own. He started the Popak Firm, where he is now handling catastrophic injury cases like car accident cases, trucking cases, malpractice cases, big negligence cases, wrongful death cases. So if you or someone you know have a case like this, the consultation with Popak's firm is free. give him a call. See if you have a case. It's thepopokfirm.com, thepopokfirm.com, or you can call 877-POPOK-AF, POPOK-AF. So 1-877-POPOK-AF. Give Michael Popok a call. And I'm really proud of you, Popok. Thanks for all the hard work you're putting in. Here's just the longer clip where Donald Trump talks about what he says is the beautiful sound of construction, which is the demolition of the White House, the destruction of the White House. You've seen that. Here, play this clip.
And most excitingly, on the other side, you see the fence and the wall. We're building a world-class ballroom. You know, for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom here. We don't have a ballroom. We have a little cocktail area, but we don't have a ballroom. The East Room, it's called, is a very small cocktail area. It holds about 88 people if it's tight. And I said, if I do this again, I'm going to get a ballroom built, and we're putting up our own money. With the government is paying for nothing. You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it, Josh. I think when I hear that sound, it reminds me of money. In this case, it reminds me of lack of money because I'm paying for it. So it's the opposite. But it's going to be one of the most beautiful ballrooms anywhere in the world, and it's going to be able to take care of tremendous things. When you have, as an example,
Donald Trump acknowledges that MAGA Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky did not show up. Here, play this clip.
And, you know, we have everybody but one person here. You know, everybody showed up. I figured you'd have I'd say 40 would have been a good number, right? If everybody, we're just missing one person. You'll never guess who that is. Let me give you, he automatically votes no on everything. He thinks it's good politics. It's really not good politics. He's an automatic no. But I don't know. Look, if he wanted to come, I'd probably let him come, right? I'd let him come. Begrudgingly, but would let him come.
Then Donald Trump says, look, because of me, senators, your wives won't be raped in D.C. anymore. I saved your wives from being raped, is what he says. From being accosted, shot, beat up, and raped. Here, play this clip.
Geez, unbelievable. You people, you can walk down the middle of the street, Mr. Senator. You can walk down. You can have your wife meet you at the restaurant, and she's not going to be accosted, shot, beat up, raped. It's unbelievable how bad it was. It was one of the worst in the country, and now it's stone cold. I don't say the word perfect, but it's pretty damn close.
And again, this is like a disgusting speech, all lies, and just you get insight into his just sicko mind. Then Donald Trump says that he likes MAGA Republican Senator Tim Scott, but he may not be enough of a maniac for him. He goes, I like maniacs out there for me. Here, play this clip.
He got out of the race. He endorsed me almost immediately. And I used him as a surrogate. And I wasn't sure if I should because, you know, sometimes I want a total lunatic to get up and fight for me. And Tim is a really good person.
And so while all of that was taking place, state regime media's coverage of it, they brought on Lara Trump to try to act like what Trump's doing to the White House, the destruction and devastation, is normal. So she starts talking about Mar-a-Lago umbrellas. She goes, I love seeing those beautiful umbrellas at the Club Rose Garden. It reminds me of Mar-a-Lago. Here, play this clip.
And I think it is an incredible thing to see. I also love seeing those beautiful umbrellas there that remind me of the Mar-a-Lago Club and Trump Bedminster. Those are always the best to see. He's really done a great job with that Rose Garden out there as well.
And then you have Brett Baer and Harrison Faulkner and all the Fox hosts who are out there. Again, they're trying to normalize the desecration of the White House. And they're like, yeah, they bring DJs there now. And wicka. Well, Faulkner goes, she goes, wicka. Like their tunes, it's like parties. It's like parties at the White House now. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, and listen, this Rose Garden Club is something that the president really wanted to do. And he has the music. He plays the music when he has dinner out there. He's the DJ with the with the iPad. He's got the whole thing. And it's an eclectic mix, as you can
it's all over the board. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Elvis,
REM, Phantom of the Opera, Cats. He's been known to go all over the place with it. He is a big Elvis fan.
And then Lara Trump goes on to say, you know what I love? I love my favorite things that Donald does is when he superimposes his face over Elvis because he thinks he looks like Elvis. So they go back and forth. Here, play this clip.
Cats. He's been known to go all over the place with it. He is a big Elvis fan, and my favorite, we talked about it on my show last weekend, is whenever you see the superimposed picture of Donald Trump over Elvis's face, he goes back and forth. I think he likens himself to Elvis. Yeah,
but I think that like
one of the greats.
the Senate.
And so that's what's going on in the White House right now. That's what's going on state regime media as millions of Americans are losing their health care, as Medicaid is being ripped away from people, as rural hospitals are being shut down, as anything at stores, whether it's a grocery store or other store, it's far less affordable. Nothing's affordable right now as people are living paycheck to paycheck and are being psychologically tortured by living paycheck to paycheck, working multiple jobs, not able to afford things, as things are far worse, as that Gaza deal was a fake deal to begin with, as that's collapsing, as war rages across the world. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They think we're stupid, right? I mean, they think you're stupid. These Republicans. I mean, these vile people think that we're so dumb. Well, Kristi Noem, she's buying herself private jets with our taxpayer money, $200 million for private jets for Kristi Noem, so that she and Corey Lewandowski can travel the country. You've got $40 billion of our taxpayer dollars going to Argentina. And then we're just burning away that money to bail them out. The Argentinian peso is already crashing again, even more since we're giving them all this money too. What the hell's going on? Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.